Matt, I'm from RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We're coming to you live from Odyssey of the Seas. I am here in the Seaplex on Royal Caribbean's Odyssey of the Seas. Thank you for joining us here. Be sure to check out RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com for everything Royal Caribbean related. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. There's plenty more waiting for you guys over there. Hope you're having a great Monday. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Thank you for joining us here on our earlier stream than usual. We are on Odyssey of the Seas, and I want to make sure we have good internet coverage for you. So we're here right now, but welcome. We've got a lot of people in chat already, and thank you for joining us here. Now, we're on a cruise ship, so you know how the internet can go sometimes. Maybe good, maybe not. Odyssey's internet is actually really good, but, you know, sometimes the satellites shift and a bird flies by. Weirder things have happened. You never know. So just want to keep that in mind. But welcome, guys. Thank you for joining us here. Appreciate you being here. Let's start today. We're going to get a lot of questions today, but the most important question, how many days till your next Royal Caribbean cruise? Type your countdown in chat right now. Let's count down together. We have our first super chat of the day already. Holy moly. Philip Libertone. Thank you, Philip. If I were to book a family cruise and pay for it with my family's days at sea, count towards me reaching the next level in Crown Anchor. No, it doesn't, Philip. It doesn't matter who pays for them. You only earn points for cruises that you sail on. It's not like airline miles, right? I could buy you a plane ticket on Delta or American or JetBlue, but you're the one who's flying it. You're the one who earns points. At least I think it's how it works on the airlines. Anyway, with Royal Caribbean, you only get cruises for the cruises you sail. It does not matter who pays for it. So it's very generous of you, but you ain't getting any points out of it. So, yeah, Jay, you know what? I haven't seen Chris yet. The first day is always so busy. My plan is tonight to go down to the casino and say hello to Chris Wong, who does some great jobs on YouTube with his videos. And, you know, I think during the whole shutdown, a lot of us were following along his story. He worked in Royal Caribbean before the pandemic. And just like all of us, he went these ups and downs of, you know, cruises restarting, and there were a lot of false hope. And anyway, he's a great guy. He posts on the Royal Caribbean blog message board, so definitely going to check it out. So, Darlene wants to know, masks in the solarium. No, on the pool deck, you don't need to wear your mask outside, so you don't have to wear your masks outside. Also, I don't know if the solarium is I think it's a vaccinated only zone. I know it is on other ships. So either way, I think you're covered right there. A lot of great countdowns coming up. Nice. Twangster Travels. Yes, Twangster, you can. He's literally sitting right there, and he's posting comments while drinking beer, okay? That's a good friend, but yes, totally. Tell them I said you could. Love it, love it, love it. Let's see here. Next serious question. Next question is from Pravin, who wants to know, if I buy the 3-device package, can my 2 other friends use the other devices? Yes. When you, unlike the drink package, you can share the internet package. So it is, if you get the 3-device package, it is 3 devices at a time. So it doesn't matter if it's your devices, someone else's devices. It's just 3 at a time. Totally fine in order to do that. So, Sharon Stockman with an epic super chat. Woo! Thank you. Sharon, have you seen Chris in the casino? Also, are masks required in the casino? Masks are not required in the casino. It's a vaccinated-only zone. I've not seen Chris. I'm going to go down there this evening and say hello to him because I'm way overdue. Yesterday was just so busy. And we actually did go to the casino. But believe it or not, he wasn't working at the casino at like 1 a.m. I couldn't believe it, but he wasn't there. So when you're the casino manager, you get to let other people work the midnight shift, right? Brogan, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Hey, Matt, just got off our amazing cruise on Anthem yesterday. Now really feeling the post-cruise blues. I think it's time to book another. It definitely is, Brogan. And I'm so glad you got to go. I remember being in this chat, Brogan, with you, and you were worried about would you be able to cruise and sail and do all these things. And, it, you know, I remember when that was a real concern. So I'm really glad you were able to go, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jeff wants to know, can you share your free drinks from being a Diamond member with other members of your group? It's a great question, Jeff. So I'm going to tell you the answer. According to Royal Caribbean, the benefits are non-transferable. Okay. Have I been able to, on many occasions, order my parents or a friend a drink using my Diamond drinks? Yes, 100%. Every single time. I've never had an issue with it. But I'm just telling you what Royal says is the policy. I don't think it's a problem. You're allocated a certain amount, in my opinion, you're allocated a certain amount of drinks. It's not like the drink package where you can abuse it because you're getting unlimited. There's a set amount, whether you drink it or someone else. I don't see the problem with it personally, but I'm not the arbiter of what is right or wrong in the world or on cruise ships. At the end of the day, it is Royal Caribbean's rules. So, yeah. Bob Newell's got some math for us. So low occupancy cruises equals frequency, low revenues equals choppy seas ahead. I don't think there's quite a correlation with that, but yeah. Nick, we'll be flying in the day early before cruise out of Orlando, Port Canaveral. What are the best couple places to stay at? Definitely in Orlando. I mean, Port Canaveral is great. They have some nice hotels. There's many more hotels at a much better rate. If you stay in Orlando. But I mean, there's a ton of great hotels that are out there, Nick. If you're looking for a hotel by the port, I really like the Holiday Inn, Cape Canaveral, Holiday Inn Resort Cape Canaveral. It's right by the port. Very, very nice. There's a Courtyard and a bunch of other hotels that are really nice as well. Just check hotel reviews. But for the most choices, you're going to find better options in Orlando. It's only a 45-minute drive to the port, so not too bad. Steve Cohen checking in from the solarium right now. Nice. Michael S. says, Twangster, take. Somebody likes your photos, Twangster. Anyway, he's sitting right there, but I yelled it at him. He's too busy drinking. You know how it is. Just, he's having a good time. Let's put it that way. But he takes great photos. Absolutely. Hey, Nick, thank you for the super chat, buddy. We'll be flying in a day early before our cruise out of Orlando. Oh, well, thank you again, Nick. I answered your question before, but I mean, if you want the best choices, variety, things to do, I would recommend Orlando. But if you just want something simple by that, you're doing one night, you're coming in for a little bit, Port Canaveral's great, and the Courtyard is really good. It's a Holiday Inn Express, or Holiday Express. I don't know which one I do. I usually say one of those. They're fine. None of the hotels in Port Canaveral are going to blow you away. They're in Cocoa Beach, actually. But they're reasonable. You'll be fine there for one night. So, Chris is going on. Oh, where's Chris? Where are you, Chris? Here you are. We sell on Mariner on Friday. First cruise ever. Dude, you're going to love it. It's amazing. It's going to go by very, very quickly, though. You're going to get hooked, and it's going to go by very, very quickly. Clarence, is Royal Caribbean doing the pre-cruise COVID test at the pier, and is it free? No and no. It's up to you to do it, and you got to do it beforehand. If your kids are unvaccinated, they get a test there. But anyway, the pre-cruise test that everyone has to do, you got to do it at home, and it is cost for you. Clarence, if you go to CVS, it's free. There's no way you're paying for it because either your insurance covers it or the federal government picks it up. CVS is a really good choice. I would recommend that quite a bit. So, Tony Diaz wants to know, Matt or Josh, how late did you guys stay up? Tony, I'm drinking water for a reason. That's all I'll say. So, KT wants to know, can you explain the Royal Caribbean COVID test kits? Not yet. We don't know exactly what they are. I suspect strongly they are the Abbott's Binax test that you can buy right now from emed.com. I'd be shocked if it wasn't that one. But anyway, they don't come out until September 8th. But basically, you do it at home. It's proctored. So it's kind of like my setup here. You sit down in front of the computer or your iPhone or whatever. You log in, and they walk you through the whole process. It's really easy, actually. So let's see here. I got to try to catch up with the chat. Okay. I'm good there. Let's see here. Next question is from April. So how are you liking Odyssey? We're going on for 30 days. It's fantastic. It's a beautiful ship. We're actually here in Playmakers. And Playmakers is up in the C-Plex. So right below here are the bumper cars or the roller skating that you can do as well. It's a beautiful venue. It's incredible. They've done an excellent job with this. I think we're going to have dinner here tonight. I think that's my plan right now. So, next question is from Tiffany. Do we need a Bahamas travel visa traveling Mariner Monday? Friday? No. The only time you would ever need a Bahamas travel visa is if you were cruising from the Bahamas on Adventure of the Seas. But no, you're totally fine on that one. So, next we got a comment from Clarence Scott. To Gladys. Don't miss the Aqua Show. Yes. On Oasis of the Seas. Absolutely. Billy from cruisehabit.com tracked down his wife heading to the solarium or midship pool. All right, guys, so if you don't mind, Billy and I are using my YouTube Lives to communicate with each other because Billy uses an Android and you can't possibly communicate with those phones once you go out to sea. But I'm glad to hear that. I think Marissa is somewhere in the solarium, Billy. So if you want to track her down there. Hey, Chip, what's going on, man? Do weekends get on board an hour earlier than your time? Nope. It wasn't a benefit that I had on here. Could it change when you go on? Sure, but no, that wasn't a benefit for me. So, Jen wants to know, what should I do at CocoCay? I would say if you've never been to CocoCay, I would, unless you have a strong aversion to the pool or to the beach, I would do a combo day, Jen. I would start out at Oasis Lagoon, which is the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean, North America or something. Go there and then go to Chill Island for the rest of the day. That way you get a mix of both. You get a good taste of both all that. So, Captain interrupting my live broadcast. Can you believe it? My goodness. Let's see here. Let's see. Lead, if you had a test appointment at CVS on Friday to travel Saturday and embark Sunday, would you count on that one test, or would you pre-schedule a second or even at home one just in case? CVS for me has been a gold standard, Lead. I would probably use that as good enough. If it were me, yeah. Now, that being said, I have at home the home test as a backup to be able to use as well. Would I sleep better with the home test at home? It might not be the worst money you ever spent in your life, but I think the CVS is pretty good. They're pretty. CVS is pretty rock solid, so I would say you're probably good with your plans. But hey, maybe having an at-home test wouldn't be a bad thing to do right there. So, CJ checking in from the Oasis of the Seas, first revenue cruise for Oasis. Hope you're having an awesome time, man. That's fantastic. So, let's see here. Des wants to know, where can I get this shirt? This shirt loves to cruise. You can get it at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.shop. S-H-O-P. RoyalCaribbeanBlog.shop. Maybe Josh, who's sitting over there, can type the URL in the chat, but RoyalCaribbeanBlog.shop. Are they charging for live? Oh, the casitas outside. They are, yes. They are indeed. At least on our cruise, Kenny. So, do I prefer Odyssey or you mean Quantum or Oasis class? Obviously I've only been in for 2 days. I think generally speaking, I prefer the Oasis class. That's not to say this is bad. I really like this quite a bit. I love the Quantum class. But the Oasis class, I don't know. Maybe because I'm just used to that more than this. But if I had to pick one, Ben, if you forced me to pick one, I would say the Oasis class right there. So. Ronnie says CVS won't guarantee test results even for rapid tests. I would say that's irrelevant. For the rapid test, you are getting the the antigen test within an hour, maybe 2 at the most. I mean, it's just the antigen test is by definition very quick. The PCR test, yes, you're 100% right on that, Ronnie. But do schedule the PCR as early as you can, and you should be fine. Is Playmakers on Harmony? It is not. Harmony this season did not get amplified, so she still has Sabor on board instead. Kevin wants to know, what's the current occupancy percentage for the ship? It's a great question, Kevin, and no one knows. Royal Caribbean has not announced its occupancy rates for any ship or what to expect. It's pretty much a surprise how many guests will be on any given ship on any particular sailing. There's not public information to know what it is. Right now, it is just reduced capacity. The number I have heard on board this ship right now is 1,300 on board. Last week it was like 600 or something. It's really all over the place. So, yeah. Let's see here. Asif, I couldn't agree more, brother. It is amazing. The safest place I feel in terms of like knowledge in your mind that you have the least likelihood of contracting COVID, in my opinion, is right here on a cruise ship. Do you know why? I know you know why. I can see it. But the reason why I feel that way, number one, every single person had to take a COVID test before getting on board, and every single person above the age of 12 is fully vaccinated. Name any other place anywhere that does that. Anywhere. I don't even think if you visit the president in the White House, they make you do all those things. I could be wrong. I don't know that for a fact. I'm just saying, this is the safe place to do it right there. So, yeah. Razor Ray, I don't know the requirements for, there are Canadians on board, Ray. There's 26, 28 Canadians on board. But the testing requirements is going to be the same for anybody, Ray, like testing. Obviously, as an adult, if you're unvaccinated, you can't cruise right now. So it's simple as that. So you've got to be vaccinated under the CDC/Royal Caribbean rules in order to qualify to sail. So if you qualify, Ray, the fact you're Canadian is no bearing. You just get your test before the cruise. I have not seen any other language otherwise to do the opposite of that. This season's goal. Hey, Matt, I don't know if you answered this already, but we're set for Harmony to go for Thanksgiving. I don't want to get on board. As far as I know, we've been in contact with Royal Caribbean. Could things change? Absolutely. But as of right now, yes. Adam Powell wants to know, is the beach club worth the cost at CocoCay? I love it. I think the restaurant makes a very strong rationale for booking it, for doing it. I would say this. I think that if you can get the right price, maybe like under $100, it's a slam dunk. Absolutely, you should do it, Adam, kind of a deal. Beyond that, depends how much you want to do it. Some people just really want to check it out themselves. I don't blame you. You're on vacation. Could you spend your money worse than that? Absolutely. So, Ivan wants to know, if your party's vaccinated, but 2 kids are under 8, not vaccinated, can you be in unvaccinated areas? You can if they're not there, Ivan. So as an example, if your kids are with you, then your group is considered unvaccinated. But if your kids are up in the Venture Ocean and you're vaccinated, you're fine. You're good to go. So, Mr. Bob Newell, what's going on, man? My teacher says this shirt loves to cruise. It's one of our Royal Caribbean Blog t-shirts at royalcaribbeanblog.shop. SHOP. So, Teresa McShane, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Appreciate it. Buddy. Ma'am, madam, the Teresa McShane. I got nothing. Just living vicariously through you. Teresa, thank you for the super chat. Very kind of you. I appreciate you as always, Teresa. And hopefully we'll get a chance to cruise together very, very soon. Hey, Chaz. Chaz wants to know. Hello? Oh, there's Chaz. Here it comes. Do they stagger disembarkation day like embarkation day? Not so far. Yes, with the luggage tags, like normal. The disembarkation process is pretty much the same as it was before. The only difference is you don't wait in public areas. You wait back in your stateroom. Otherwise, exactly the same. So, Jason Anchiles with the super chat. Thank you, Jason. Your thoughts on the ultimate dining package will be on Freedom on October 1st and it's taking place for lunch on vacation day. Yes, there is. We have cruise compasses at royalcaribbeanblog.com. But do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. I mean, there's such great dining on that ship, Jason. Giovanni's Italian Kitchen. Make sure you go there. I would go there at least twice because it's a big, big menu. So, yeah, I think it's worth it. I love the dining package. I mean, there's nothing wrong with complimentary dining. I love the dining package because I just like the food here in the various, like playmakers, But there's nothing wrong with the dining room, the Windjammer. I love eating there as well. Depends on the cruise and what you're looking for, group you're with, or whatnot. So I think it will definitely save you money right there. Sharon brings up an excellent point about CVS. Problem is location, right? If you don't have one near you, that's an excellent point. And the home tests, I agree, Sharon. Home tests are the way to go. And I wrote about that, as you probably already know, Sharon. But I wrote about that at royalcaribbeanblog.com. If you're fully vaccinated, I said I posted an article on Saturday, this past Saturday, about how to approach my specific approach for getting your pre-cruise test. You won't have any issues right there. Tony with the super chat. Thank you, Tony. We're thinking of doing a short 3-night cruise to Bahamas. You have any opinions on Freedom or Independence? Great ships. Both are amplified. I would prefer Freedom because she just got amplified. Independence is a little bit older, but they're both great ships. They have great venues on board. Flip a coin. They're both great. You're not making a mistake with either one. Personally, I would probably prefer Freedom, but that's because I've been on both, and I'm I'm being a little snobby, a little picky right there. So, yeah. Next question. Speaking of, let's get the dining questions going. Any must-do restaurants on Symphony? Oh man, Symphony of the Seas. I would recommend Izumi Hibachi. That's a must-do right there. I think a lot of people really love Wonderland. I think it's worth doing at least once. It's a really neat experience. Jamie's Italian and on or whatever Giovanni is, whatever's on the Italian restaurant on Central Park, also worthwhile, 100%. And yeah, no, I think it's back now. We're back. We did it, chat. We're back. Sorry, we're on a cruise ship. Some bird must have flown right past the satellite, knocked it out. Yeah. I think we're okay now. Sorry about the connection issues there. Can you go through when you do and don't wear a mask? Thank you for the super chat, bro. I have no idea what that means. Can you go through when you do and don't wear a mask? You need to wear a mask in public areas on the ship. So if I were to walk from here and walk back to my room or to another venue, I have to put my mask back on, right? But once you get to a fully vaccinated area, if you're drinking, if you're eating somewhere, you can take your mask off. So I hope that makes sense. Susan wants to know, is the Teen Club and Adventure Ocean open on this sailing? The answer is yes. They're both operational. Yes, they have a limited capacity on board, but absolutely. Terry wants to know, any chance Royal Caribbean would ever build another Freedom class ship? I don't think so. I mean, there's no precedent for it, Terry. Royal Caribbean has never gone back and be like, we're going to build it long after the fact the last one came built. So the answer is probably not. But yeah. Hey, Tommy from Sweden. Thanks for bringing us these live chats. Great backdrop. Cannot wait for international travel to start again. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the not just the view of the Tampa Bay Rays, but the Seaplex over here. Really, really nice. So, Kimmy from Texas, thank you for the super chat. Going on Independence of the Season 21 days, is Windjammer open for dinner? It's not. Right now, it is not. Could that change? Yes. But as of right now, the Windjammer is not open on any ship for dinner. Once capacity gets about 50% or so, it will reopen right there. So, Wu-Tang Life, this is a good point. I'm going to tell you why this is not a big deal. Number one, yes, it's $150 for 6 tests, which actually comes out to like $25 a test, something like that. Number two, you can use them with other people. So it's not just you. Maybe it's your partner, anybody else who's vaccinated. You can use them. Number three, you can use them for things other than cruises. Maybe you get oops, I'm feeling ill at home. Not cruise related, just like it's nice to have a test at home. It's really convenient. And also, if you have a health savings account, HSA account through your work or whatever, you can use that for that. Some health insurance will actually reimburse you for the cost as well. Check with your insurance, obviously. But don't look at it as just the price of the test. Look at the bigger picture and the fact, in my opinion, that you can use it for other things. I know we always talk about cruises, it's always about cruises, but there's other opportunities, other things you can do as well. So, Mr. Bob Newell, the whales are hacking into the Wi-Fi, right? There you go. Yeah, you know what, Tony, you're absolutely right. Josh, if you stand on the roof and readjust the satellite. Oh, it's Billy's fault. Son of, you know the old days of the internet, like who's on the internet? Who's using all the internet? Can everybody, right? Mia, thank you for the super chat. Any idea how priority boarding for the key will work with boarding times being so strict now? They have not offered the key yet, Mia. So the answer is I don't know. Since cruises have restarted, Royal Caribbean has not actually offered the key on any of its sailings yet. You can book it for certain sailings later on this year, but it has not been a thing yet. So yeah, is Super Mario on board? He is on board. I haven't had a chance to say hello to him, but I have heard he's on board. So, yep. Any opinions on Anthem of the Seas? Great ship. Love Anthem. Really, really nice ship. So, Des, thank you for the super chat. We're on a test cruise on Liberty Galveston after, I don't know what that is. It's a typo. Can you talk about Royal Caribbean's HVAC technology a bit? Yeah. So during the shutdown, every ship has been redone with their HVAC to be, and forgive me, I don't have the figure of what it is, but Royal Caribbean has upgraded all the HVAC to be better than, if not at or better than hospital grade ventilation. So during the shutdown, this is really interesting, Des. During the shutdown, Royal Caribbean partnered with the University of Nebraska, I believe. It's a Iowa, Nebraska, one of those states. I promise this is not made up. And they partnered with them, and they brought them on Oasis of the Seas. And they said, we want you guys to test out our ventilation. Like, what should we know? Like, what's the risks? How crazy? Anyway, they did the whole testing on there. They made recommendations. The ships are all their HVAC technology has been upgraded. The filtering has been upgraded. And I don't have the numbers, I'm sorry, that I can just rattle off to you. But it is hospital grade or better. It is, they've done on all the ships. So, yeah. Bet wants to know, Betty, maybe, if you're in the Crown Loft Suite, you get free drink package. If it's Star Class room, and forgive me, I don't remember if it's Star Class or not. Star Class, the answer is yes. I mean, you don't pay for drinks, basically. It's not so much you have a drink package, you don't pay for the drinks. So, what's my favorite meal on Oasis of the Seas? Izumi Hibachi. Love it. Yes. Does Ron Hiller get blamed for everything? Yes, he does. He deserves it also. Greg wants to know, what is my beverage of choice? Not this, but this is good. I had a lot of Bloody Marys this morning. That was really hitting the spot. But I have not really been drinking much this afternoon. My usual drink of choice, Greg, was Kraken and Diet Coke. I really like that quite a bit. So, Kristen, yeah, and it's not just hours. I just want to correct you. You're not wrong, but technically speaking, it's not hours, it's days. So don't get too hung about, like, I know what you meant, but I just want to make that very clear that Kristen is right. If you're fully vaccinated, you must get your pre-COVID test 2 days before your cruise. So if your cruise leaves on a Sunday, you can either get your test done on Saturday or on Friday. Ooh, we're leaving right now. We're leaving CocoCay. So for unvaccinated, which are the kids, you have 72 hours, but the kids can only get a PCR test. Adults can do a rapid test, like an antigen test, or a PCR, but kids have to do a PCR test. That's why they have an extra day with that. So, does Oasis of the Seas have Johnny Rockets? They do. Johnny Rockets open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Oasis of the Seas. It is for breakfast, it is complimentary. For lunch and dinner, it has an extra cost. Why won't you broadcast 24/7? You know, I have this thing called a life in some cases, not a lot, but I'm trying to, balance everything right there, right? So, Alicia says, the CDC requires masks because it's surge transportation. That's correct. Same rules as airplanes, buses, absolutely. But yeah, no, they consider it the same thing. Hey, Stephen G, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Matt, if you bring water on board, can we check that as luggage, or do we have to carry it in our room? Carry it in your carry-on. Bring it with you on board. The reason being, you want to have, if you put it in your checked luggage, when it goes through security, the security is going to see bottles, and they can't tell if it's water or liquor, so they're going to flag your bags and hold them back. So don't do that. Bring it in your carry-on luggage. So, Sandy says, I hate the protocols and will not cruise when they are. In fact, when I cancel, I get my FCC and cash sent to their FCC. It depends on how you're booked, Sandy. So if you're booked on a cruise that has health protocols announced for your sailing, like you're on a cruise that basically is leaving in September, then you can get your FCC refunded. But if you have just an FCC sitting out there or a reservation for a cruise months from now in which Royal has not announced protocols, you don't get qualified to get a cash refund from the FCC. You certainly cancel and get an FCC, but to get a refund for your FCC, it needs to be booked. You need to be booked on a cruise ship with protocols announced for your sailing. So, Jerry says, "Can my 12-year-old eat with us at a solarium restaurant?" Yeah, the whole solarium rules and all that only applies to like the solarium pool, not the solarium restaurant. So, Dennis wants to know when do they offer Royal Up? I've been trying on Royal for most days to wait 30 days to sail day. I sail in 25. There's a logic to it, but I don't know what it is, Dennis. Usually it's after final payment date, but why they offer it or don't, I don't know that we know. I don't know that information is public right there. So, Linda, I think, wants to know, is any of the food complimentary in CocoCay? Almost all of it is complimentary. You have to there's only two places that have food that costs extra. The Cocoa Beach Club, because the restaurant there costs an admission, and Captain Jack's, which has wings and fries. So everywhere else, which is most the Chill Grill, Skipper's Grill, the Snack Shack, totally complimentary. A lot of great complimentary food, might I add. So, Joe says, last week, Broward County Health Department, 5 days for PCR test. Well, if you're fully vaccinated, Joe, just get an antigen test. Don't do a PCR. Just get an antigen test. You'll get it in an hour, my friend. That's the way to go about it. Teresa McChain. I booked a PCR test for 2 days prior to my cruise to see how long it takes to get results, but I also have a home test for backup. Not a bad thing to try out, right? Absolutely. Mark Cruz, thank you for the super chat. Hello, match return from Ovation. No hibachi. You know what, Mark? You can't always have the things that you love, but it doesn't mean it's a bad cruise either. How was Alaska, though? I mean, that's the reason you went there, right? Yeah, definitely the way to go. Do you know if Odyssey will sail in December? All ships, as scheduled, will sail until further notice. You know what I mean, Tracy? I mean, I think you're basically asking me, Matt, will my cruise happen, right? There's no reason to believe your cruises won't happen until we have a reason to believe that. That's the best answer I can give you. Because it's kind of like asking, gosh, I don't know. Like, I would say like if Disney World will be open when you go there. But, I mean, there's always a risk. I can't say there's any guarantees out there. But as of right now, the cruise ships are going, man. So I would say, Tracy, there's a pretty good chance your cruise is going right there. So, let's see here. Tim Gallagher wants to know, in capital letters, so he's serious about this. Does the doctor that does the test have certain times to stay over? No, it's 24 hours a day. The Abbott test is 24 hours, 24/7, my friend Tim. You can do your test at 3 a.m. if you'd like to. Yep, absolutely. Is Perfect Day at CocoCay? Is Perfect Day open at CocoCay? Yes, 100%. Absolutely. Portia wants to know, is it worth the deluxe dining package for a 3-day Bahamas cruise? Sure. Why not? I mean, it's a lot of food, but yeah, that's your style. Absolutely. So, not a joke, but how's the mandatory seat for you? Easy. Couldn't be easier, actually. I really, really like it. So, yeah, we'll take. I don't know why people are. I mean, I don't know why kids have to do PCR tests. I get that, but for adults, you should only be doing it. I don't know why you'd want to. I mean, PCR tests are more accurate in a sense, so there's some sense. I think there's a fear for a lot of folks that they're worried they're going to get a false positive. Okay, I get that, but I think it's very low risk, and I think that honestly, the way that you should be doing it is to just, if it were me, I would just the antigen test, and if it were me, it's every time I do the antigen test is the way to go. William wants to know, if I'm vaccinated, do I need a COVID test? Yes. Everybody going on a cruise needs to get a pre-cruise COVID test. Absolutely. I've heard through the grapevine that there were about 100 people who showed up to Odyssey of the Seas yesterday. No, sorry, 100 people showed up to Odyssey that were unvaccinated and were surprised they couldn't go on the cruise. And then there was another contingent of people who didn't have test results. The people that don't have test results, I hear they can go to another, they're being directed to go somewhere to go get a quick rapid antigen test, but you definitely need to. Yep, absolutely. So, KL Crosby wants to know, where's the best place to snorkel at CocoCay? You want to be on the east side of the island, Chill Island. There's a great snorkeling area over there. You can ask the staff as well. That's probably the best spot right there. Oh, sorry, Keith. There. Yeah, it's a fabulous ship. We're actually going to be doing our own walkthrough video, Keith. Jenna, my YouTube video editor, is on board. And we have actually a great little preview for you guys. We have tomorrow on our channel, we'll have a full walkthrough of Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas, from stem to stern, bottom to top, whole walkthrough. And she's doing a whole walkthrough as well here of Odyssey of the Seas. So you guys are going to have every inch, maybe not every inch, but pretty much the most important inches of the ship covered with the new video tour. That is coming up for you guys next. Thank you guys so much. Let's see here. Dennis wants to know, are there any mask versions and paper ones aren't allowed? These are allowed. I have not seen any rules about what kind of mask, so I'm going to say no, but I'm not aware of any that would otherwise be the case. Brenda wants to know, where's Brenda? What is the current capacity on cruise? Right now we're at, I've heard 1,300. I think 1,400 booked, about 1,300 are actually on board. So I don't know what the percentage works out to, but if you can figure it out there, you're good to go right there. So thank you, Sharon Stockman. You are amazing on like 1,000 levels, Sharon. And I'm not sure I can ever say thank you properly for your support, or many others in here, whether it is Sharon, 12 Man Proud, the Teresa McChain, even Josh Carruthers, who's drinking over there. You guys are awesome, man. Yeah. So Bobby says, my husband and I had our honeymoon on Mariner this season. Congratulations. Last week, thanks to your videos, fantastic experience. That's awesome. So glad they really, really helped you. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Rose says, really appreciate all your advice. Bought tests and now have lots of things to do and places to eat. Nice. That's my favorite kind of must-dos, right? Places to eat, things to do right there. Mrs. Kibby, Texas. Wow, we got the whole Kibby clan in here. Thank you for the super chat. We're in an owner suite. We'll be able to go directly to our cabin on our vacation day. It depends. On our ship, we were able to. But there's no guarantees. Technically speaking, your room may not be ready until as late as 2 p.m. It just depends. There's no way to know ahead of time, really. It has nothing to do with the fact you're in a suite or a regular room. That's usually irrelevant. It's more just a question of how much time they've had. The nice thing about Royal Caribbean pushing back the check-in times compared to pre-COVID is that they have more time now to clean the room. So there's a good chance of it. But Mario's in-laws are with me on board. I love Mariner. My in-laws are on Odyssey with you. Nice. Well, if I see your in-laws, I don't know how I know them. Be like, hey, your son-in-law is very jealous of you right now. Have I ever seen Royal Caribbean change destination all the time? I mean, this itinerary changed. We were originally supposed to go to, when I booked this cruise, we were going to Labadee, Nassau, and somewhere else, and now we're going to Perfect Day, CocoCay, Cozumel, and Costa Maya. So, Jose Crespo, this Sunday, I cruise on Oasis. The PCR should be this Thursday. Well, hold up, wait, when's Sunday? What's the date on Sunday? Yeah, you're still on the old one. You could do that. That is correct. Yeah, because the new policy, the 2-day thing, begins on the 13th. So I think you're okay with that one. Joseph Tricario, what's the expiration date of the home test? It's about a year from the manufacturing date, but it's kind of hard to know what the manufacturing date will be until you actually get it. So, yeah, it's not exactly. Don't expect your test to be good for a year when you order it / get it. It'll be more like 6 months-ish or so. David wants to know, how early does the cruise plan get popular with package detergents? I don't know if there's any pattern. I was going to say around a year or so, but I mean, sometimes there's things there and then it gets changed. Yeah, it depends, quite frankly. So, do they sell Evian water on board? They do. I have this True Water, but they have Evian because I have it in my room. So the answer is yes. Ron wants to know, what is the earliest check-in time for a Royal Caribbean? Depends on the sailing. This ship, it was noontime. I've seen sometimes they start at 1, 1:30. It just depends on your sailing. But usually around 12, 1 o'clock right there. So, hey, Asif just became Diamond. Congratulations, my friend. Are drinks free? Not free. You will get free drinks. You get 4 drinks every day of your cruise for free, Asif. But beyond that, you're on your own right there. First, Sergeant Richard, thank you, buddy, for the super chat. On Mariner in 60 days, any thoughts on Labadee being open or closed? So far, it has not been open for any cruise ship. Royal has not offered any. No ship has visited Labadee yet. So, anything's possible. As I mentioned earlier, our cruise was scheduled to go to Labadee, and about, I don't know how many weeks ago, they changed it. So, yeah. Daniel wants to know, how do they do COVID tests on back-to-back? So, basically, if you're doing a back-to-back, they administer, Royal Caribbean administers tests for those guests on board the ship. So, they'll bring you on, they'll give you instructions where to go and whatnot. So, how is Coastal Kitchen on Allure of the Seas? It's a great restaurant. I think some days are a little better than others, but yeah. Kenny, did a lot of people show up early to embark because you had 12? I had 12. Actually, surprisingly not, but they sent out a lot of emails like, do not come here early. When I got to the terminal, I saw some people, but it wasn't like the usual. Like, Kenny, when I cruised out of Canaveral, I saw way more people. Benny, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate it. Free package in suites? No. If you're staying in a Star Class suite on a Western Quantum Class ships, then yes, you get it. But if you're staying in a Sky Class, if you're on Mariner, the Season of Suite, Freedom, Brilliance, no, it's not. So, can suite guests check in anytime they want? No, they cannot. You still got to do the regular check-in process. On some sailings, Becky, I have seen the concierge will email until you got like a little bit of a flexible window, like plus or minus an hour, but you still have to get a check-in time. So, do the check-in time. Do the drinks from the bars come with straws? Sometimes they do, but they have they're paper straws, Elizabeth. They're not plastic straws, but it depends on the bartender. You believe in life after love. I believe in love. Let me say that you don't mean to bring me. Such a good song. How can you not sing along with Cher? I'm not a big Cher fan, but God, remember when this song came out? This video is getting pulled down off YouTube. What perks do you get for staying in a Grand Suite? Depends on the ship. But obviously, double crown and anchor points. You get access to the concierge lounge. That's the biggest one right there. So, can you be my personal sponsor for my cruise? Probably not. I don't know what that means, but no. Is Oasis Lagoon free? It is. Yes. Is food allowed in the bag? Dry snacks? I'm vegetarian. Yeah. Anything that's prepackaged, Chica, 100%. Being vegetarian, by the way, there's a lot of vegetarian options on here, so just don't feel like you're going to go hungry. But yeah, you can bring prepackaged foods. We bring for our kids, Chica, we bring goldfish, those crackers. Great to have in the room for the kids to eat, snack on in the morning or in the evening, whatever. Tim, can you explain how many sample tests you've done recently using CVS? 4? Ever since they started it, I did it for this cruise. I did it for Mariner. No, maybe 3. 3 or 4. I don't remember if I did it for Allure or not. 3 or 4, Tim. Twice on Mariner, once here, and I can't remember if I did on the Allure test cruise or not. I don't recall. I don't recall, but 3 or 4. Jason, Royal Caribbean does not have a published policy on capacity. It could run the gamut, but it is limited capacity. There is limited capacity, but there is literally no way to know what the limited capacity will be for your particular sailing. So, any word on Royal Caribbean providing tests in the terminal in the future? I really don't know anything. I know Carnival kind of hinted at that, but have not actually seen anything from Royal. They've not alluded to it or anything like that, so I would assume not until further notice. So, sign me say, I really don't think it's all me now. How do you believe in love? Come on. No copyright issue for the songs? Oh, I'm sure it'll get pulled down later. It usually does, but I'm not going to get a copyright strike on it, I don't think. This happened before, but at the end of the day, we got to talk Royal Caribbean, guys, and I'm willing to risk it. It's annoying when it does that because, of course, this is fair use. I'm not trying to stream the music. I'm talking to you guys, and anyway, don't get me started on that. Blake from Tennessee, Rocky Top, Tropical Tom Garcia. What's up, man? Best cruise blog. Can't wait to cruise with you. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity. All right, take a couple more questions, guys, and then we got to run on out of here. Daniel, you have to pay to go to Playmakers. You do. I mean, not to sit here is free, but yeah, for the food and drink, it does cost extra. So, Susan, I would say for you, if you're an adult, which you are, but assuming you don't have kids, get the at-home test, Susan. It will change your life. I have a link at realcaribbeanblog.com, but get the at-home test. Go to emed.com, order it. It's so much easier. You don't have to worry about going and getting an appointment. The key to getting an appointment at CVS is to book it 2 weeks in advance. So when you know you need your test 2 days before the cruise, 2 weeks before that point, log on and book it. The other thing you can do for Walgreens is they do it at midnight. They do it 48 hours in advance. And if you log on around midnight or so, you'll be able to get the COVID test done, scheduled rather. There, that's the other thing. But the at-home test, Susan, is the way to go right now. So, have you used Royal Caribbean's new test kit? If Royal Caribbean's new test kit is the Abbott test, yes, I have. But I don't know which one they're using, quite frankly. So, How soon do you get your results from CVS? When you do the antigen test? An hour? I think the most I've ever waited, Tony, was like 90, not 90 minutes, like 80 minutes, 70 minutes, like an hour. I think this one I waited like, it was like an hour and 10 minutes afterwards. So call it an hour or so. So Daryl says Brad Pitt cannot sing. Love it, love it, love it. How much is the at-home test? Depends on how many you buy. You can get it as cheap as about $25 a test, but you're going to pay for a couple tests. But again, you can use them for other people. It's not just for, your spouse and the other adults. So, yeah. All right, guys. One more. We'll answer Terry's question last, and we're going to wrap it up over here. Can you explore ports on your own and need a book short excursions only through the ship? Depends on a couple things. Number one, where you're sailing from. But generally speaking, Royal Caribbean's rule right now, and that could change, but right now, the answer is if everyone in your group is vaccinated, you can tour on your own. But if you have unvaccinated in your group, like your kids, you have to book through Royal Caribbean only. Could that change? Yes. But as of right now, that's pretty much the policy. Check Royal Caribbean's website before your cruise for the exact protocols right there. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me here. I appreciate all of you guys for joining me here on the Odyssey of the Seas. We'll have some more lives for you as well. The internet seems to work pretty well here on the ship. So I'm going to, maybe we'll have to do some more live videos. Maybe we'll do a walking tour tomorrow. We're having a sea day tomorrow. So internet permitting, maybe we'll do a walkthrough. We'll be in Cozumel and Costa Maya, so we'll have some stuff for you guys over there as well. Thank you guys so much. Tomorrow, I'm pretty sure, because Jenna just sent me a message about 15 minutes ago, we're going to have for you a full walkthrough of Royal Caribbean's Mariner of the Seas. So get the popcorn, put it on the big screen, enjoy that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of our super chatters today. I don't have the list of them here today, but you know who you are. Thank you for your support. Have a great rest of your day. Happy Labor Day, everybody. Shana Tova, and have a great week, everyone. See you guys.